Before we begin, thank you very much to Declan H for joining the Patreon campaign. I know that name. I have heard that name before. Thank you for coming back. Always good to see people return to the campaign. And you're at the top tier, which means I owe you a video. And you need to send me a message and let me know what that's going to be, if you have not done so already. But thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you, everyone who keeps this channel alive. Oh my god, you have no idea how much I mean it. You have no idea how much I mean it. Alright, so it's a Monday, which means it's news roundup time, and you're looking at Deathsaurus on your screen right now, and then guess what? This is probably going to be the last time we talk about Deathsaurus in the news recap, in the news roundup, because guess what? Everyone's getting it now, and I have been extremely frustrated. Everyone has been getting theirs. I've seen so many people with in-hand shots, people in my Discord, which you can get access to if you join my Patreon campaign. Haha. I've seen so many people showing theirs off. Mine just shipped today. Mine just shipped. And I was one of the first backers. I was like backer number 80-something. Like, I got in real early. So I guess, I guess they're doing it alphabetically. I don't know. Either way, let's take a look at some of the shots now that people have it in hand, and we can get some more interesting comparison shots than Hasbro would provide. So for starters, this is what it looks like in box. In the shipping container, you'll notice, unlike Star Saber, they actually did these big cardboard, like stiff cardboard protectors for the corners to make sure the box gets there nice and uncrunched. That's a great little addition. The box itself does look pretty tremendous. We've seen shots of the box before. But, you know, here's an in-hand shot of the box. Better, however, is going to be the in-hand photos, because those will provide us some interesting looks. So for starters, I'm happy that one of the first people in hand actually had the original Deathsaurus to compare it to. That's actually pretty cool to get to see the two side by side. Been a long time since Deathsaurus got some proper representation. So, yeah, it's cool to see the two together. If we can take a look at some of the other shots. Yeah, and there's a look at their accessories together. The beast modes together. We're missing the chrome, but I don't think he needs it. His chest isn't hollow anymore. That's nice. Yeah, but, yeah, you can see, like, they've done, like, even the feet. He's actually got his big bird feet now. He doesn't have these tiny little stems. And yeah, the breast force kind of looks the same. More photos. We have some good in it. There's some really cool shots. This thing is so poseable, too. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff with this figure. Jeez, it just looks so good. It looks so good. No matter how many times I look at it, I'm still impressed. Which is good, because I'm apparently getting mine on Wednesday, so I need to, I need to see how this... I need to still be impressed at this point with how many times... It's cool that all the accessories fit on the throne, by the way. That's actually cool how they all have their own little place. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, blast effects in the mouth. Okay, fine. That's cool. Yep. You can hold the gun in bird mode. It's the death chicken. I don't know what you want to call it. It's supposed to be a dragon. It looks like a death chicken. There's the cool shot. This is from the series. This is God Jinrai taking the shot for Star Saber. This is how we end up with Jinrai being remodeled into Victory Leo. That's kind of cool to see all of them together. I don't think I have that version anymore. I think I've got the Super Jinrai. I don't have God Bomber anymore, because I really didn't like how they combined. And they didn't fix how they combined until the 2-pack. And I wasn't going to buy the 2-pack just to get a decent God Jinrai. It's cool to see that many Japanese G1 leader characters in one spot, though. Oh, he's going to have so many good displays. They're going to have so many good displays. Yeah, so... everyone is getting theirs now. Well, in the U.S., everyone is getting theirs now. I'm sorry, UK. You have to wait. Things like this are concerning. Things like this are concerning. Looks like it just pegs on. Looks like you can actually just remove those. Okay, so for a second I thought the hinge broke. No, look, it's dismantleable. And there. the micro machines. Oh my god, I didn't sleep well. Yeah, it's cool to see the whole team together. Okay, you're gonna see a ton of in-hand shots if you have any kind of social media, so we'll end it off there. I'm incredibly excited for this. So on today's news roundup, we have a ton of in-hand images because a lot of stuff is starting to hit people's hands. For starters, the new concept leader Megatron is now in people's hands, and we can see it's going to be one of those small-ish leaders, which I hate to see that we're getting more and more. It's happening more and more often. In this case, it makes sense because it is trying to keep scale with the Bumblebee movie designs, or in this case, the Rise of the Beast designs. So it should be a little bit bigger than Prime, but not like towering over him or anything. So the thing about Studio Series is they're going to put it in whatever price point they want according to what scale it turns out to be in robot mode. Compared to some figures, yeah, you're definitely getting something that is not just a Voyager, so I will give it that. And then, of course, it's a triple changer, so we have to account for more complex engineering. It does look really nice and posable, though. I'll give it that. Look at that. Look at that. Big action poses, subtle pose. Yeah, he's very articulated. He's actually really, really nicely done. Does he have butterfly joints? I think he's got butterfly joints. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Okay, so here you have him compared to Shockwave. Well, I think Shockwave's definitely got more bulk, even though it's the same height. And then you have things like this. That's the first Studio Series Grimlock from Age of Extinction. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, that toy on the right is simple in both... well, no, I guess in paint scheme it's not. It's a really involved paint scheme, even though it doesn't look like it. But you can just see, like, you either get complex and small or simple and tall. That's how this works out. Same goes for the G1 Dinobots in Studio Series 86. It's still looking like a really good toy. Still, you know, the jet mode's growing on me. I think that's a little bit more or less like slapdash, but it's starting to grow on me. He just looks like a fun figure, man. He just looks like he's fun to mess with. Also, shout out to the photographer for these that is actually doing actually having fun with this. J Hund over on TFW 2005 took the more fun ones of the other characters. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. All right. Yeah, this one I'm looking forward to a lot. The more I see just how much it does, the more I'm like, yeah, like that's actually a really cool Megatron toy. So hopefully that's not too much of a longer wait for a lot of us. Here we go. We're going to stick with the leader class toys. Here's the new Tigerhawk in the show accurate colors and proportions. Everything looking so good on him too. We've seen Tigerhawk photos before. It's nice to see them in hands because fans are going to show off details that Hasbro's going to obfuscate. So it's nice to see the full range here. He does look really, really nice. He's doing a lot of that color work with molded plastic rather than paint, which is kind of preferred because the paint, you know, they don't have to worry about paint wearing out. But it still looks like he's got a decent amount there as well. It comes in about the size of Dragon Megatron. That makes sense. Let's see. We got how many steps? 43-step transformation. He's a little bit involved, but then again, one of those steps at the end seems to be push legs forward. So maybe one of those exaggerated ones. Yeah, he's just still looking good. Okay, we don't have comparison shots to Tigatron and Air Razor just yet. That's kind of what I was hoping for, but no, I'm looking forward to it. I come from someone who skipped Tigerhawk completely on the first go around. It's not a Beast Wars character I ever wanted to go back and get. He's looking good though. He's looking real good. People are already getting united. So like I just said in yesterday's video, we have a lot of problems with distribution, and one of them is the fact that things will come out months ahead of schedule, and when they are absolutely not in your budget. Case in point, people are already getting United stuff if you pre-ordered it from Amazon, so Thundertron, excuse me, is in people's hands now. He's looking decent. Again, I'm still of the mindset of there are better characters they could have gone through besides Thundertron. I could see a universe where this gets retooled into Leo Breaker, but beyond that, it really does seem like it just seems weird. Like, it doesn't look like a bad toy, but why Thundertron? He's a nothing character that never really did anything fictionally. You know, when you've got characters from shows and comic books that have never gotten a toy, or, you know, are due, and then we just get this guy, who, don't get me wrong, looks cool. He looks cool, but, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I have no desire to get the toy at all. If it ends up on clearance, maybe. It's a Wave 1 figure that isn't a major character. So I'm willing to guess I will be able to find this on clearance at some point. But until then, I'm just kind of eyeballing it and going, okay, if I see it on sale, maybe. But shout out to the people who do like this figure, because I know they're out there. His other Voyager, of course, is also getting into people's hands since they are wave mates. Here is the animated universe Optimus Prime, a figure I'm actually much more looking forward to, because this thing has been looking fan-freaking-tastic ever since we first saw it. Yep, there's the side of the box, Magmatron and Optimus Prime. Yep, okay, so we got the axe, it's looking good. Translucent additions rather than being completely molded of the stuff, which is great to see. The toy itself looks nice and beefy, which is appropriate for animated Optimus Prime. You know, he actually... So, unlike a lot of the previous figures that, you know, are like very G1-ified, even though they're supposed to be from Prime or wherever, he actually doesn't look too out of place. Of course, he's a little bit more angular, but he doesn't look too out of place amongst actual animated figures, which is actually cool to see that they nailed that aesthetic. I mean, it's not exact, right? Because it is somewhat universified, somewhat generationified. So he's got a little bit of extra block to him, but he still looks pretty good. It still works, I think. So many comparisons to other animated toys. See, look, he kind of fits in there. The only one, ironically, the only comparison shot we didn't get was to the Voyager Optimus Prime. But I do really like how this figure works. The added way that it handles the feet is a little bit odd, but it's better than the feet just like sticking out and doing nothing at the back of the vehicle. Yeah, it just looks like a really nice figure. Like, nice arm. There we go. Okay, it's with the it's with the wing blade version, but let's ignore that part. Let's ignore that part. I think it's hitting a lot of the notes. It's definitely a little bit more detailed. Obviously, a little bit blockier, but yeah, I think it works. I think it actually works as like a modern take on animated Optimus Prime. I'm really looking forward to him. I've got my pre-orders. My pre-orders are about to hit me. I just got another one for the core class. I have not gotten one for the Voyager yet, though, so we'll see. Going away from in-hand, we do have a little bit of oddball news here. For starters, there is alternate packaging that has been shown off for Optimus Primal, the leader class, who is apparently the wave mate for the concept Megatron. It's showing him in the beast mode, so it's been a long, which I actually think makes sense given the movie mostly shows him in beast mode. I think that kind of is appropriate. There's no window on it. I was hoping that there would be a closed plastic window, but it's actually interesting to see that the leader class price point is going back to open windows after being closed up for so long. It's actually going to be weird. Seeing a few of these, in this way again. He looks so tiny in the box, though, doesn't he? He looks kind of tiny in the box. I know, but it's cool to see that Studio Series is going back to like proper window packaging across the board. Just so because I do like to see the figure before I buy it, if possible. All right, let's look at some overpriced toys. Well, not overpriced, but you're paying like premium. So here's ThreeZero Premium. They showed off the full painted version of Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. And yeah, again, ThreeZero doesn't kid around. The paint work is exquisite. You've got all these little scratches and marks. All these little, like, little bit of battle damage and wear across his paint job. You know, he looks like he has been through it, which is how they look in the movie. But what's ridiculous is what it comes with. Look, it's the full ring and the whole, like, trailer transformed section. This is an absurd amount of extra parts. Like, for the person who wants the ultimate movie Optimus Prime display, here you go. You got it. Yeah, and look at the display base that you have an option of, too. Man, there's so much. There's so much. ThreeZero does so much. This is going to be outrageously expensive. I am absolutely sure. Do we have the price? I don't see the price on here. Gonna be absurd. Gonna be ridiculous. But it is extremely cool. They were not done, though. They showed off the prototype for their Jazz, who we've seen here and there. Jazz is looking nice in style and aesthetic with their MDLX line. And then we also showed off their Thundercracker to complete the Seeker trio. Looking really, really good again. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about this. We've seen both of these quite a few times already. It's just nice to see that the production is underway. And, yeah, Thundercracker's color's looking nice, which it's just, you know, it's just a color-shifted Seeker. What do you expect, right? But they also showed off this boy. Ooh. If you like Mirage from Rise of the Beast, which I do really like Mirage from Rise of the Beast, this is probably going to be the figure to get because I'm not really confident in Hasbro putting out a good figure based on this character at this point. You either got the core series, which is nice to transform but underpainted and incorrectly detailed, or you've got the Studio Series figure, which is overly bulky and very, very annoying to transform. You just have this guy. He doesn't transform, but look how beautiful he is. Look at how beautiful our boy is. So yeah, I might grab this one just because, like, I love the character, and this might be the only good representation he gets. But we're not going to leave our friends out at YOLO Park, who just sent me another box, by the way. Whew. They showed off at Singapore Comic-Con. They are going to have this version. Let me actually make sure I get this correct. Let's see. Only available at Singapore Comic-Con 2023. This December 9th and 10th, which means it's already done. So yeah, it is an all-purple version. It is the reformat color scheme for their AMK Pro Megatron. We reviewed that Megatron here on the channel. It is an absolutely fantastic Megatron figure. Incredibly impressive. Seems to be the same toy, just done up in that translucent purple color scheme from when he's getting scanned. Doesn't have the grid lines on him, which that's a little bit disappointing. Oh, obviously, he also doesn't have the die-cast parts of the original. So if you want an all-plastic version, all-clear plastic version, which you know my opinions on that, yeah, it does exist, though good luck getting it. I'm looking over at mine. What's over there? All right, a little bit of random news to round us up. For starters, episode 1 of Transformers Animated is now available streaming for free on YouTube. And hopefully that means the rest of Animated will soon be easily accessible. It's a great series. I would love for people to be able to see it more easily. And being on YouTube is about as easy as it gets for seeing a TV show. Hopefully we get to see more of that. Hopefully more trickles on. And then to wrap it up. Inter Milan, the soccer club, has given us these limited edition soccer shirts based on their design, as well as adding an Autobot symbol to them. They apparently wore this for a game, and then they had the actual production run up for sale. It's already out of stock, but again, if you're a huge soccer fan, maybe you want one that has a Transformer logo. You have to be a fan of the team and a fan of soccer in order to, and also a Transformer fan. I feel like this is hitting a very weird niche. That said, they're already sold out, so what do I know? So, that's going to do it for the news roundup. Lots of in-hand, lots of stuff to look forward to that's on the way to people right now. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel again. If you can't do Patreon, remember, hitting like and subscribe helps me out a lot too. So, thank you very much. I will see you next time.
We parlay with the captain.
You think a werecroc is going to listen to elvish rules of piracy.
Of course it would be the
Got it.
freaking elves
Cool.
that invented parlay.
I had to think of a quick replacement for the French.